Hi, I'm Lori Nivar, and I love Texas Folklife because they produce these great accordion events, and the Big Squeeze is their big prize.
Yeah, I've known about Texas Folklife for many, many, many years, and they've done good work all that time. I really like them. I like what they do. I like what they preserve. I like the music. I like the straight ahead conjunto the best as far as dance music. You can't hardly keep me off the dance floor when it comes to conjunto. And thanks Texas Folklife for doing what they do.
Hi, I'm Lori.
Good evening, everybody, the entire world that is watching us. Thank you for joining us. This is our very first Q&A for, of course, the Texas Folklife. We're talking about the Big Squeeze. If you want to say hi, if you want to pop in, if you want to show some love, if you have any questions, I am here to answer them for you the best that I can. This is the 19th annual Squeeze, the Big Squeeze event. So it's been going on for 19 years. And I've been so privileged to have been part of this event a few times over now. And I'm telling you, it's so exciting to watch all these kids perform and watch them excel and watch them just progress throughout their career. I actually know a few of them that have won. And it's always a good time. It's always exciting. And the number one thing is that we congregate together, under the umbrella of art and culture and roots music. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be walking through the process. I'll be talking to you about these things that we have going on, our guidelines, our rules. How do you apply? Of course, you have to go to the website. If you go to texasfolklife.org, I wish I could show you on my computer how you do it. We'll work on it. This is our test run, so please bear with us. Bear with me, and we'll get this locked in the right way for you folks. But we definitely wanted to start the conversation. Want to let you inform you of what's going on. Now, if you go to the Texas Folk Life website, which is, of course, texasfolklife.org, you go to programs and go under music, cultural heritage. You can click on that, and then we have the accordion kings and queens, and right under that is a Big Squeeze. There's going to be these drop down menus. So I know we get lately we've been getting some inquiries about how many songs and no, not how many songs, well, how many songs and the length of the songs. So historically, it's been 2 songs, 2 to 4 minutes each. Historically, it's been, I would say, honestly, we can do 2 minutes because, I play accordion. So, if you 2 minutes, I think 2 minutes is good. 2-minute songs is good. And it doesn't, 4-minute song, and after a while, your fingers will get tired, and there'll be some, not mistakes. I call them jazz licks. Okay, we call them jazz licks. So that'll happen, right? So, but again, this is the 19th annual Big Squeeze. Where is it going to be? Where will it be at? It's going to be at the Promenade Park Amphitheater in Edinburgh, Texas, for all my Valley folks. And if you're not from the Valley, well, it's down south. Go all the way down 37, and you'll get there. We have a question from Mariela Ferrer. Hi, Sunny. I have a question about the song selection. Do you recommend original compositions or well-known classics? Well, that's a great question. Now, As an artist, I'm gonna say it'd be better to do an original composition because that's, that's awesome that you're composing your own music. And if you do, a traditional song, you're gonna automatically get, you know, uh, compared to the original artist. So if you can come up with a polquita for yourself, whatever you're doing, if it's an instrumental, because again, this is I should say, and be very clear that this is open to the genres, our roots genres, which is conjunto, um, zydeco, Cajun, and the polka. I would even say uh, some of the Western swing accordion players. I don't know if you would call that polka, but it's not really, but it is. If it's not, but this is open to all genres. So this is the Texas folk life, all things Texas, and we haven't done our messaging yet, but we will talk about that at another time. But for sure, that's the main thing for me as the director of music and heritage. So the age limits on the contest. Actually, let me go through here because I am the new guy in the office. And let's see here. We're gonna go down. It will be all the way up to 21 years old. If you're 21 years old, uh, permitting that you're in one of the roots categories. We have a 16 and under category and a 17 through 21 category. And that's where we're at with that so far. And so if you want to, hey, Jaden, hi. Any tips recommend for? Yeah, okay, yeah, of course we can get to that. So yeah, it's 21 is the age limit, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I might change that. I'm just saying no. 21. So if you're an accordion player and you again any genre, uh, I mean I know we have even punk accordion rock. We have punk rock accordion players. So really, like I'm welcoming everybody who plays accordion. I really, as a musician, I don't like to put limits and put things in boxes. I'm just like I play accordion and that's it. That's all I do. Give me the key and we'll rock and roll. Let's go. Hello, Sunny from Jaden. What tips do you recommend on stage? Well, when you're on stage, it's a performance. It's not only candy for your ears, but candy for your eyes. And now, do you have to be jumping and juking and jiving? No, but it's a performance nonetheless. So it's you have to remember you're still acting out something. You're exuding, positivity. You want people to have fun with you. And it starts with you. People see you having fun. People are going to have fun with you. So you want to kind of go out there and smile. And, you just kind of, you got to strut your stuff. That's what I say. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to be the ultimate warrior on accordion. You don't have to be, um, but there's different ways to approach it. You ask. So, but I would, for sure, I say that as a performer, that your job is to get the crowd engaged, get them into what you're doing, because you're having a good time and you want them to have a good time. So for sure, I mean, I literally have practice in front of the mirror. I practice during sound check. I go through the motions of the song, whatever song it is. Sometimes I'm going through the dance moves, or I'm envisioning the crowd. If there's a crowd, we're pretending there's a crowd, right? Even if there's not a crowd, even if it's tables and chairs, you wanna always, go out there like, because you're gonna be ready for that. Because you know what? Somebody may be in the crowd watching you do what you're doing and say, "Hey, I want that guy to play at my event or quinceanera, wedding, or bar mitzvah, whatever it is." But that is your job. Every performance is an opportunity. It's almost an audition for another gig, and that's what it really is. Whether you're just starting or you've been in the business for 42 years, it always is. A it's an audition to me. I always look at it that way. So always pretend there's a lot of people, right? How much emphasis should be placed on integrating cultural traditions or influences in their performances? I believe if you're gonna be playing the traditional music, uh, it's great, and that's what we are all about. So it is important, if you're gonna play something that um, that is how would I say, traditional. You want to stick to that. You don't want to veer too much from that. And so, like, if you're playing something from Narciso Martinez, or you're not going to play like a jazz interpretation of, El Salvador, or you're going to play mm, Marie from like Buckwheat Zydeco. You kind of want to keep it in those lanes, in between those names right there. So I think it's important. Um, so here we go. Hello there. If selected, do you have to play the same song you submitted for the audition? Let me refer to our categories here. Do you have to play the same song as in your audition? You know what? That's a great question, because let's see here. Entrance, just any interest information. I know we have some of our staff with me right now. That's a great question from Myra Vasquez Arreguin. I hope I said that correctly. Let's see here. Would you play the same song? I wouldn't think so, honestly. Let me make sure. It's the first year we have the contest, in a while, so we're still working on that. I wouldn't think you would, because the judges are going to judge you. That sounds weird. They're going to judge you based on, your technical performance, and your stage presence, and how you articulated the song. So not necessarily, you wouldn't have to. The audition is simply to get you placed. Would you be a candidate to be in the contest? So to answer your question, no, you don't have to. As long as I'm sure we're going to have to know more or less to kind of, know what to expect. And for those that are playing original songs, and those that are playing, it's evolving as the contest starts ramping up, right? The submissions, what kind of people are, on the actual, docket to compete. So I hope that answered your question. I hope I answered your question. If not, ask me again, and I'll try to give you some more clarification. What are some common mistakes young musicians make during the application process, and how can we avoid them? Well, some of the mistakes. That's a great question, because being that this is the first time that I've participated in a contest on this side of the equation. Only thing I can see that would complicate it is missing information. If there's just a gap in communication, things that are not the norm. So those only things I can think of right now. But other than that, performance mistakes. But no, there's not many, that you could possibly make, other than just making sure you're in clear communication. The channels of communication are open. And hey, saludos, Mr. Carlo Hernandez from our friend from the Valley. Hi, Sonny. What are the judges instructed to look for? Is it the music or the stage performance? It's a little bit of both, honestly. It's a little bit of both. I was, talking earlier. I'm not sure if you jumped on just now, but if you missed it, I was saying that, being a performer is more than just the music, right? It's candy for the ears and candy for the eyes. Right now, you don't have to go out there and jump around and, do all these, choreography things, but, it's all part of the accordion player, right? Because this is going to be our ambassador. This is ambassador of Texas Folklife, and it's important to be a very well-rounded performer, right? So it's very important that people get to see that, and it's a great learning tool, right? So those are the things that our judges would be looking at and looking for. Things that are maybe if I always this is the thing I always do is when I was first playing, when I first started learning how to play, I would practice in the mirror. Okay, and I didn't know this, but now I do. Years later, a lot of musicians who play guitar or play saxophone, they practice in the mirror, right? And so you're kind of watching your fingers. You want to watch your fingers. So it's a lot of different things. But it taught me how to look at you, smile at you, play for you, and it taught me, what we call target practice. So I would watch my fingers in the mirror, and so I was target practicing all the time. So it's musical aptitude, right? And so those are all part of it, and I really feel it's important. Again, it's not, you don't have to go put a show on and be, Elvis Presley or anything like that, or crazy madman. But for sure, it's important to at least smile, and look at the crowd. If you're sending me a video, like, hey, we want to see you, having a good time, and it's a performance. Of course, playing, you gotta play. So things like that, and it doesn't come natural to everybody. But again, it's practicing that, learning that, instilling it in yourself, right? Learning how to do that, and that comes with the hours of practice, the hours getting in front of the people, your family, your friends, just doing it. I used to take my accordion to school, or my guitar to school, and I just play. So, but I hope I answered your question, Mr. Hernandez. Are applications accepted in Spanish? Yes, we actually do have the application in Spanish, and I speak Spanish. So if you have any more questions, you're more than welcome to ask me in Spanish. Si quieren preguntarme una pregunta en español, con mucho gusto les contestaré. Sorry. And it's been an amazing Monday. It's been a great Monday. So those are the things we're looking at, honestly, and I'm really excited to see all the kids and the young accordion players perform and in the contest. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a great time. And again, if you just tuned in, if you just logged on, we're talking about the Big Squeeze, the 19th annual Big Squeeze in Edinburgh, Texas, and I can't wait to see this thing. It's going to be so amazing. This thing's been going on for 19 years. And it's just last year we did a showcase. We didn't get to do the competition portion, but this is a competition year, so it's very exciting. And we have another question here. As someone successful in the industry, what inspired you to pursue the accordion? How has that shaped your career? The thing about accordion is, well, I never liked the accordion. Number one, I never liked the accordion. I'm like a rocker trapped in an accordion player's body, and I learned the accordion because it was a challenge, right? And I like to challenge myself. I like to put myself in positions where it's gonna force me to grow, force me to learn. And I played bajo sexto, bass. I had an accordion my whole life. Maybe since I was 5, we had it in our little shed, and then I finally started dissecting it. The thing about accordion is there's not a lot of accordion players, right? There's not a lot of us, and you I mean, it's if you can become a diverse musician, you play all these different styles, and just be open to music, right? Be a connoisseur of music, right? What does that mean? To be you learn everything you can. Whatever's on the radio, play along with it. Play along with Beyonce. Play along with Kendrick Lamar. Play along with all the country stuff. Learn that stuff. Learn it. Learn how to get into that, because that's going to make you well-rounded. So it's helped me tremendously. When I play, when I perform, when they see me with my accordion, it's not one of those things like, oh, can you do it? I'm just like, no. What key is it in? And let's go. I mean, if it's in C sharp, if you play accordion, you know that C sharp on the G, C, F, forget it. But if you have a C sharp accordion, then no problem. So yeah, it's been very helpful, and especially in the Texas country world, I stick out like a sore thumb. You'll stick out like a sore thumb if you learn all these different things. It's pretty fun. It really is. What words of encouragement will you give to young accordion players hesitant about applying? I would say this year's been the year of execution for me. This year's been all about doing it now, making it happen now. You'll never know if you don't try. And all that matters is that you try, right? There's always opportunity, but the only way you're going to learn is by maybe failing. It's the only way I've ever learned. I make mistakes. I broken accordions, or I call them jazz licks, but it's supposed to be fun. And it's good for your chops. So no, I would encourage you to apply, put yourself out there. You'll meet people. It's like sports. What if you lose, or what if you get hurt? Well, no, that's thinking. Like, just get in there. Have fun with it. You get to meet all these different accordion players, different musicians. They get to see you. Okay, let's say you don't win, but if you go and you're there, then things open up for you. You know, it's opportunity. You got to be there. Being present is so important. Is there another way to submit applications from for those with tech issues? You can actually mail an application in, and the address, you can send it to our office, and you can actually email it in. I don't think we're doing fax anymore, but for sure you can do that. Let's see here. So I hope that answers your question. Um, Part of it is we can mail in a USB drive for your videos. Um, you can send it in PDF format. Let me see here. All right. Let's see what else. It's going to be the Big Squeeze CO Texas care of Texas Folklife 724. I will post that. We'll post that address. If you have that question, my email will be listed on our website. So if there's questions after uh, this Q&A, I'm sorry, we have a new address. So we're going to fix that. Let me get you the new address, and I'll post that on our feed for sure. And this weather is getting my sinuses going today. It's going to be 7301 Ranch Road, and that's where you can send your applications. I'm live on all these different platforms. I'm even live on my TikTok. So if you're watching, and let's see here. I'm waiting for it to come in. It's going to be coming in. These are all great questions. So, apply, spread the word. Again, spread the word. Let everybody know that they can apply. They don't have to be a conjunto or a norteño player. You can zydeco, polka, western swing, all those accordion. If you're playing accordion, for sure, apply and just get in there and do it and have fun with it. That's what it's all about, having a great time and meeting just people and connecting with people. And again, so many opportunities will present themselves, not right then and there, or maybe right then and there, but you're planting seeds. You really are. And you're putting yourself out there. And it takes you have to be brave. You have to be courageous, because I used to be, I don't think I've ever been in a contest myself, but not a formal contest. But if you're in the music business, it's always something. There's always something going on. There's always that competitive edge that you have. So mail typed or handwritten applications to Texas Folklife, 10650 Culebra Road. Okay, 104 at 203 San Antonio, Texas. That's where you'll send that. And hopefully we can post that on our live feed. I'm on this special streaming service that we're on, so I'm not able to do that. So it's 10650 Culebra Road, 104 203 San Antonio, Texas, 78251. So that's where you're going to send that application to. And if you have that question again, you can email me, and it's going to be the email right there. You see Sunny Sauceda at texasfolklife.org, and I will get to you as soon as I can for sure. And I'll send you the address. So we're going to have judges, and we'll probably have 3 or more judges, and they'll get to check you out. They'll get to check you out. And it's going to be April 26th. So if you don't know the date, it's April 26th in Edinburgh, Texas, at the Promenade Park Amphitheater. And that's a beautiful park. We performed there last year. For last year's Big Squeeze, which was a showcase, and I got to take all those kids up there and have such a good time. It was so much fun. We got to jam, and everybody kind of played a little piece of a polka, which is so cool and so fun to watch. And I don't know if those kids had played with a band, but it was a lot of fun. I tell you, it's so much fun to watch the youth playing accordion and just having fun. With all those things that we have going on, and the crowd's there, parents are there, families are there, friends are there, and it's It's always a good time. It really is. And it's been going on for 19 years now. It's almost 20 years. So that's half my age, almost half my age. So make sure you come out. Make sure you spread the word. If you're watching me live on Facebook, please share this on your with your friends, your family, and anybody really, because we want people to know that the Texas Folk Life is here. We're here to connect with you. We are here to serve you. And we had another question. Saludos a Santiago Garza. Saludos. Hey, how you doing, Santiago? Um, I'm one of Santiago. Santiago doesn't really know me, but I'm one of his biggest fans. You're a great musician, great conjunto artist, great vocalist, and I believe we are both we're from Bulldog Nation, Somerset, Texas. So the saludos, doing a great job and representing conjunto music very well. Has been very successful and just continues. His stock just continues to rise and rise and rise. And hopefully we get to work with them soon. Hopefully. How can contestants use their big squeeze experience, whether they win or not, to grow as musicians? You can use that. It's we call that, you're gonna build your chops up. That's part of building your chops. You get out there, you perform. That's all important. You got to put the hours in. I think it's like the funny thing is I don't play sports, but I actually use a lot of sports analogies, which is the weirdest thing ever, right? Either Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan said, you got to put in the hours. You got to put in the hours. You got to put in the hours. And that's important. Getting on stage time, rehearsal time, getting ready for the performance, getting those butterflies. You're always going to really get them. And you're always going to have those, it's not nerves, but it's butterflies. It's a good thing. I still get them. I really do. Carlo Hernandez has a question. Is there a fee to enter? You know what? Is there a fee to enter? To my knowledge, there is not a fee to enter. It is free 99. So there's no fee. Except bring me a taco. I'm just playing. No tacos. It's there's no cost to you to enter. And I want to send a shout out to Mr. Carlo Hernandez, who's I've known him for a few years now. We haven't been able to connect in the ways that I would love to, but he is, I believe, correct me if I'm mistaken. You are the executive director, but you work with La Cultura Vive, and they're having a contest as well. It's called Duelo de Acordeones. So don't miss that either. And I'm planning to be there. So make sure you go to that. And I can't remember the date, but you know, I know it's gonna be fun because I love the Valley. I love the Valley so much. So many great musicians in the Valley. All over Texas are great musicians, to be honest with you. It's just I don't get to go as much, so it's always a treat for me to go down the Valley and see our friends from the Valley, Edinburgh, and Far, San Benito, Falfurrias. Uh, I don't know if Riviera is considered part of the Valley, but you pass it by when you're going down there. So it's a good time in the Valley always. And there's this big thing happening right now with all these bands that are coming out of the schools, those school districts, and it's incredible. It really is. And it's pretty cool to see. I never, I went to a country school, and we didn't. We had we had wood shop. We had the welding class. We had ag, band, and maybe choir. I went to Somerset. I was from like a country school, and it's you know we didn't have conjunto programs. We had band, but there was no conjunto program. That's so. Now that I see all this going on, it's mind blowing. It's so mind blowing. It's so cool and exciting for me. I gave one of my first talks uh, at one of the schools, it was just an incredible experience because there was a time where we weren't really doing much of that. So really, pretty. It's really neat. It's amazing. To reiterate, the judging criteria will include technical proficiency, song interpretation, and stage presence. Details and scoring way of each judging criteria section: technical proficiency, accuracy, execution and chops 40%, song interpretation, stylistic choices, innovation and originality 40%, stage presence, level of comfort during performance engagement, poise 20%. We recognize the stage presence is difficult to demonstrate on a videotaped audition. Um, it is not easy, and again, when you're filming this, here's another tip. When you're filming this, pretend you're playing at the, I don't know, Sombrero Fest. Pretend you're playing uh, at Palm Fest. Pretend you're playing at, you know, whatever your favorite festival is. But pretend, you have to imagine that, and that's what I'm here to tell you. It is not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not impossible. So make sure you just have fun. Have fun. That's all you have to do is have fun. At least look like you're having fun. Uh, Prizes are the monetary honorarium, which we are not disclosing yet. We're still developing that. It's evolving throughout this year, of course. Accordion certificates. We're gonna have an accordion. We're gonna have a certificate and a 1 year benefits as a Texas Folklife Big Squeeze ambassador. So that's what we're gonna be having as prizes. So the prizes will be monetary honorarium. I didn't know what honorarium used to mean. That means dinero, which are not. We're not really. We'll give you the number later. And accordion, you're gonna get an accordion, a squeeze box. Not one of those, but a squeeze box. Um, but we're gonna get one, so that's pretty cool. I like that. And you'll get a certificate and a 1 year benefits as a Texas Folklife Big Squeeze ambassador. I'm working on another surprise for you. I can't tell you yet, but there will be more to come because that's my kind of my little vision there. So we're excited about it, and that's a great question. Thank you for asking that, Mr. Hernandez. Will the winner be able to play at the Accordion Kings and Queens in Houston? Absolutely, 100%. We will be. We're going to be playing that. They're going to get to jam, and I'm excited about that. Because AKQ, that's a big deal. That's at the Miller Outdoor Theater. That's in Houston, Texas, and now that, my friends, is that's a very big stage and a historical stage. So you'll get to play there. You get to do your thing. You get to do your thing. Elijah Ezequiel, saludos, Elijah, our friend from Arizona, young accordion player doing big things, and he's hitting it hard. He's hitting the socials hard, and I believe he has his own band now. So saludos, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hello. If you're watching us on any of our socials, and if you have any more questions, make sure to. These classes are only for reading, and sometimes I'm going back and forth here. So let's go through this, okay? If you just tuned in, we're on the 19th annual Big Squeeze event. And now this is a competition year. Make sure you go to texasfolklife.org. Now, if you go to, I talked about this earlier. Let me see here. You go to the website, go to programs. I wish I could show you my screen, but I can't right now. Go to programs, go to heritage and musical, is it heritage and cultural heritage? Or you can go to texasfolklife.org /the-big-squeeze / and you go to the Big Squeeze, go to that page, and for the next time, I will try to make sure that you can able to see my screen so that we can, walk you through these steps, and you'll hit the application button, and it will give you options, and it's going to walk you through the process, and you have to complete the application part 1 and 2. You need a headshot, a performance video, 2 of them, a media release, a W-9, your direct deposit form. Uh, Question here from Elijah. Okay, is this only for people who live in Texas? Oh boy, that's a great question. Well, historically, it's been for people who live in Texas, um, but we have had people that have come from, I believe, from Monterrey, or they were. Oh, I'm sorry, they were showcase people. Young accordion players that wanted to showcase. Currently, it is uh, in Texas only. So come live in Texas. We need you over here, Miguel. Come over here and stay in Texas. San Antonio. I'm just saying, we have a lot of cool stuff going on over here. So if you go to the application, go to the links. Make sure you submit your videos, and if you have, and then there's an actual Spanish um, section. If you want it, si lo quieres en español, lo tenemos en español. See here, I am going through this like if I was going to apply, so that I can, and then you'll see. I'm going to provide some screenshots for the next time, um, and you can apply in Spanish or in English. And again, it's for all accordion players, Zydeco, Cajun, Conjunto, did we say Norteño? And we don't have a accordion punk rock section yet. But if you play accordion, I really think it's important for you to be there. It's imperative. The showcase, Elijah, next year, the showcase, it's going to be next year, the showcase here. And there it will be, you can, all who want to participate. So you want to come down, come on down. And I'll be there. All right. And I'll shake your hand. Are people who participated before but didn't win able to apply again? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes. If you participated but didn't win, 100%. Come on in and join us and bring all your accordion player friends, because we need everybody to be here. And that's the main thing. I want everybody to be here, all these accordion players from all genres, to participate. This is not the Tejano Folklife, the Conjunto Folklife. This is the Texas Folklife. So this is for everybody. It's open to everybody. And I want to make sure that everybody understands it, and being very clear and direct about that, because that's important to me, that everybody understands that you don't have to be Conjunto or Tejano. No, we're the polka accordion players, Zydeco, Cajun guys. You are all welcome to come in and participate. We want everybody to participate. So this is our first session, Q&A session for the Texas Folklife, for the Big Squeeze. We're going to be doing more of this stuff because we have so many other things that we are working on, and we want to let you in on those things. And we want to make you part of those things, right? Let's see here. The showcase will, of course, be available to everybody, as I was saying earlier. But come join us, and please share this live feed with your circle, so that they understand, that they can participate. Applications are open through February 15th. Yes, that's the deadline. February 15th is the deadline. And make sure you submit this, and make sure you submit the application. It's not a bunch of crazy stuff to submit. Just need your just name and email and all that good stuff. A video performance. A lot of people think there has to be over. You have to hire, go to a studio. I mean, you could literally, like I have my corner right here, record yourself playing. If you want to stand up and play, have a good time. If you want to do it on stage, it's fine. That really doesn't matter, but just send a video. Those are things that I'm working on. Eventually, I do want to have a live audition, even if it's virtual. That's one of the things I do want to do, because that's a whole different thing. Because if you record it, we talked about this, and so it's the best of, like, I don't know how many takes, but that's next level, and it'll make it fun. It's gonna be exciting, and it gives you that rush, that adrenaline rush, like, oh, I'm live, I'm doing this, like, oh, right here in front of everybody. So it's gonna be cool. Is the Edinburgh semifinals only for the conjunto category? No, no, absolutely not. No, no, that's what I've been saying. This is open to everybody. Semifinals open to everybody. The big squeeze is open to every category, which are, Cajun, the Zydeco, Western Swing, Conjunto, and the polka market. We're very inclusive, right? Very important to me that everybody participates. So it's open to all genres, for the semifinals for sure. Once you submit your headshot, you know, you and submit all your information, and then we'll get you going. We'll get things lined up for you, and at the semifinals, the judges will represent the diverse genres and have knowledge of the other genres. Yeah, for sure, we're gonna have that. We're gonna have judges. It's kind of hard right now. Once we know who we have, once we know how many different genres are there, we'll kind of dictate what judges we're gonna have. And so that's what we're gonna do. So once you submit your application, let me go back to this. I keep going back to application because I haven't gotten through the whole thing yet. It's in English and in Spanish. So if you need it in Spanish, está en español. O prima dos para español, we have it. And again, the deadline is February 15th. So please submit your applications. Please let all your friends know. And that it is open to everybody. Make sure you come and be part of the fun, and come and meet all your fellow accordion players from all over Texas. That's going to be the best part. I promise you. We're running out of time. We're going to do another live session my TikTok is going off. TikTok followers, yes, this is the big squeeze. Go to texasfolklife.org or go to the Facebook, texasfolklife.org Facebook. And if you're an accordion player and you're watching me on my TikTok, make sure you go and maybe rewatch the live feed and apply, compete, have fun. But we're always competing with just ourselves, so it's a good time. And my email address is sauceda@texasfolklife.org. Maybe we can get there. You go. Thank you so much. I want to really quickly thank our communications director, Mariela Fierrer, for assisting me with this, our first ever Q&A, and hopefully it wasn't a disaster. Hopefully it wasn't a disaster, but nonetheless a learning experience, and that's what this is all about. And so thank you so much to Mariela, and of course to our executive director, Alicia Oliver, who's she is the brains behind this big, massive machine called the Texas Folklife. So thank you so much, of course. Thank you. They've done an amazing job in guiding me and giving me some of the answers to the questions that I don't know yet. Because again, this is a new role, but I'm super excited about it. And I want everybody to be a part of this. Email me at sunnysalceda@texasfolklife.org. We have a lot of great stuff happening. We have a lot of events coming up. We have events in Austin that we're doing with one of our other directors, Dr. Janelle Ramirez. So if you're in the Austin area, keep an eye out for that. I believe she's having a Q&A tomorrow. Mariela will send me a message right now to let me know for sure. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of what we have going on, which is super important to me. The only reason that I'm here is because of the great opportunity that was presented to me, a few months back. And the main goal for me is to serve our community, serve our musical constituents. And it's super important to me that we include everybody and that everybody knows that we're here to support our roots music and everything that's part of Texas. So all things Texas, Somos Tejas. That's who we are. So make sure you share this live with all your friends, all your accordion player friends. Maybe they don't know how to play accordion yet, but share this nonetheless. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna have another Q&A, I believe, on Wednesday. So be ready for that. Have your questions ready. And if you just want to say hi, you want to send a shout out, or you want us to say hi to you, come out and support, share the live with all the circle of friends that you have, so that we can get the word out and really get everybody involved, and just kind of, you know, I just call it just calling everybody and just come on, let's go have some fun, let's go play some squeeze box, and we're gonna shake the trees up. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. So we'll see you in the valley at the big squeeze. Save the date. We haven't announced who the headliner is going to be, but I promise you, you're going to love it. You're going to love it, and you're going to want to be part of that. I will be flying down. I'm going to be in Grand Prairie in the afternoon, but I'm going to fly down to be with you folks. So save the date. It's going to be April 26th. April 26th. Make sure. Save the date. It's going to be in Edinburgh, Texas, at the Promenade Park Amphitheater. So with that said, thank you so much. We're going to sign off, and we'll see you soon. TexasFolklife.org. Make sure you share that. Come and say hi.